Officials with the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers, or IAM, say nearly 4,500 employees at Bath Ironworks have ratified a new 5-year contract that takes effect today. Members of the union shared yesterday that the agreement includes a 17% pay increase in the first year, followed by 4% increases each of the next 4 years. Union members also say workers made no concessions and gained stronger protections against outsourcing, as well as new technology and AI. Union representatives are describing the wages as historic increases. BIW President Charles F. Crew also shared in a statement last night, saying in part, the contract is the result of constructive negotiations and provides significant wage increases, flexibility, and long-term stability for employees and the company. He also says it will help them continue their production momentum that they have gained building ships for the Navy. Also happening today, Vice President J.D. Vance is visiting Maine for the second time in 3 months. He'll be speaking in Brewer around 11 o'clock this morning.
News Center Maine's Akua Duvall caught up with some people in that area to see what they want to hear from him.
For the second time this year, Vice President J.D. Vance is bringing national attention to the Bangor area.
I mean, it's pretty big. Like, it's a fairly small town. Like, it's kind of cool.
I don't really even care. I'm just indifferent.
On Monday, Vance will visit Brewer to speak at Compotech, a manufacturer of military armor. As of Sunday, his office had not announced exactly what he plans to say, but his choice of venue has some people wondering if he'll address manufacturing and the economy, two issues they say matter to this part of Maine.
Manufacturing in Bangor is kind of a failing field right now, in my opinion, so I would love to see him talk about how we can address that.
I honestly hope that he can get some sort of push to get all these mills and everything else that's shutting down open back up.
For others, concerns go beyond the factory floor, their focus on the future of Maine's economy.
The economy. I think economic issues are really important and that it would affect us here in Bangor.
I think the economy in Maine in particular needs a little bit of a revamp, especially with our youth leaving so often.
During his last visit, Vance spoke about alleged fraud in Maine's Medicaid program
is going after fraud hard
and campaigned for former Governor Paul LePage's congressional bid. The appearance drew both supporters and protesters who gathered outside the airport. Though we don't know exactly what Vance will talk about, we can be sure his visit is a conversation starter for the area.
I think it's awesome, representing a small town, and I don't know, I'd like to see him too.
I mean, he's a vice president and he's coming to Bangor, so I think it doesn't really matter which side you're on. I think that's pretty exciting.
In Bangor, Akua Duvall, News Center Maine.
Officials with the Brewer Police Department are warning drivers to expect significant traffic in the city while Vance is visiting today. They say East-West Industrial Park Road, Baker Boulevard, Robertson Boulevard, and Stevens Road will all be controlled access only. Parking is expected to be limited. Police say an area on Robertson Boulevard near Baker Boulevard will serve as a designated assembly area. Maple Street Park is also designated for people who want to assemble. Police say anyone who wants to gather somewhere else will need permission from the property owner.
Democratic Congresswoman Shelley Pingree is criticizing the Trump administration's decision to ease tariffs on some imported ground beef. Pingree says the move could flood the market with foreign beef, and she believes the goal is to lower beef prices ahead of the midterm elections. In a social media post on Friday, President Trump said the U.S. will allow up to 300,000 metric tons of ground beef imports or ground beef products to be imported without an out-of-quota tariff for the next 90 days. Pingree says the move will hurt U.S. producers. She's also criticizing the ongoing trade war with Canada, saying it could hurt Maine's tourism industry.
He's just trying to depress prices for a little while and going against completely his argument that we should have tariffs that advantage American manufacturers and American growers. At the same time, all the tariff talks fell apart with Canada. So here we are in Maine. Anytime they raise the tariffs in Canada, and now he's going to put a 50% tariff on a whole bunch of different goods, it creates huge problems for us in Maine.
Reached out to the USDA for a response to Pingree's comments and are waiting to hear back.
If you want to run for the City Council or School Committee in Bangor, nomination papers are due tomorrow. City officials say those papers should be brought to the City Clerk and Treasury Office at City Hall. And then on Wednesday at 5 p.m., they say a drawing will be held in the Council chambers to determine the order City Council candidates will appear on the ballot. School Committee candidates will appear in alphabetical order. If you have any questions, they say to give the City Clerk and Treasury Office a call at the number on your screen. That's 207-992-4220.